Welcome back everybody to Saurus 001's channel, and this is Timberborn. Today I'm going to be teaching you some of the basic dam mechanics that you need to know for the game so that you can basically keep your beavers in good health and supply them with water throughout the entire game. I will show you how to build your dam and how to use the floodgates, and we will just get started and away we go. Alright, so let's go. New game. Just going to go with folk tales because that's where most people are going to be starting the game. They're expert farmers, they respect nature, and it rewards them with plentiful bounties. Their motto, comfort, food, and sturdy wood. So the plains is actually the recommended one, so I'm going to be doing this video on the plains because that's where most people are going to be starting their game. We'll do it on normal difficulty because this is where most people should start playing the game. You can do it on hard difficulty later on, or easy if you really don't want a challenge or anything. So we're going to do it on normal for now, and it's just basically to show you the mechanics of how dams work. Okay, we're going to call this dam tutorial. I am very good at naming things. Okay, so if you haven't seen my previous video on the things you should know about Timberborn before you start, then that's probably a good place to start. So the first thing that you need to do when you load into a game is survey the surrounding landscape and see where your water is going and where your water is coming from. So the water is actually coming from up here, right up here. That's where the water's coming from, and it is going out on the other side of the map. So we need to put in our basic setup. This is all explained in my other video that I have on my channel. So I'm just going to do this and then I'll show you the basics of the dam. Okay, now that you've got some basic infrastructure in, this is the first thing that you need to do. You need to find a piece that will cut off the river and block in some water straight up. So I've found this spot over here. We're just going to build a dam directly across it. The dam will block in water here all the way up to here, and that should keep this entire area green during the drought and also continue providing us with water. Now, this is only a temporary solution and it won't support too many beavers to begin with, but we're going to make a much bigger dam over here. So we'll do that first. This is going to be pushed off that edge. So we're going to have to block that in somehow. What we should probably do is put a dam across here or across here and block the water in up here in this direction. And then we can just let it out with floodgates. We'll just build this first part of the dam first, and then we will move on to the more advanced mechanics of dams. Okay, so this is a pretty big lake over here that we can section off with some levees and a dam across here. And that will be a big reservoir that we can access pretty much immediately in the game. But what we have to do is get out there. So we're going to come over here and we're going to build a district out here. And we're just going to block that area off right across here. And that should provide us plenty of water at the beginning stages of the game. Okay, so as you can see, it's 3 days till our first drought and our first dam is almost ready. So this should actually be built by the time the drought comes along. It's very important to do this before the drought starts, otherwise you have to rely on tank water to get your beavers through the drought, and that is not pretty, believe me, because your food crops fail and they start dying of thirst by the end of the drought. So, but now we've got this dam, you can see now that the water is actually a bit higher than the water on the other side, and it's flowing down into there. But that will keep the water supply in here when the drought hits. It's only temporary, obviously, but we've got to go all the way out here. We're going to produce a new district up here so that we can put a dam across here with a levee. Which brings me to my next point. You're going to need to unlock a couple of things. You're going to need to unlock the stairs, and you're going to need to unlock the levee. But we're not doing that right now because the first thing that we need to unlock is the forester. We don't have enough people at the moment, but that's alright. Okay, so the water supply has dried up here, and you see it turns it all brown. That will actually kill crops and things in a very short period of time if you have no water around here. The blueberries and things won't actually die straight away, and neither will the trees. They will actually survive a drought as long as they get water again. However, the crops will not survive a drought. You can see this dam here is actually holding all the water in here, which means that we can still extract water here and here for our beavers to keep them wet and not parched. There we go. Got us through the first drought, and we still had, well, 30 centimeters of water in here. The water will start flowing through again, turning this wheel, and then we can go back to making our planks, and we've got an inventor now. So once we have 60, we're going to unlock the forester and get that in quick smart. Okay, unlock the levee. Now, we've got this section here that we can basically just go straight across from. So, I'll just show you. If we go straight across here, we can actually keep all the water in here if we put a dam on top of that. And we can just draw that across like that. Now, the beavers will actually build the levee and the dam all the way along, even if it's below them. You don't have to actually build a staircase down so that they'll build there. They will actually build the bottom one, even if they are far above it. What we can also do is put a real quick little dam across here. So we get our levee, go straight across like that, and then chuck our dam on top. And then we can chuck another water pump up here like that. And that will keep us in water supply for a little while longer. Okay, so this is basically all you need for your first district. You might want to also chuck in a warehouse and a log pile. So if you can get one of those in there, that'd be great. But anyway, this is basically how your first district should look. We're going to basically go straight down here and straight out to here. And we're going to put in a dam straight across here. Like that. And that should be able to reach out to there just fine once this stairwell's in. And then we'll figure out what we're going to do after that. We could put it right across there, but it's probably best to put it across here. There we go. Alright, so I did get it in time. That's going to hold the water in there. And this guy will be able to provide us with extra water if we need it. Now this one's the next one. It's going to go in. Okay, so we got a double floodgate now. We're going to put in a double floodgate here, across there like that. And I will show you why in a moment. It's got to be constructed now. There we go. And that's it. Now the water's flowing through there. It may flood your town a little bit to begin with, but it'll settle down. Now we have a decent water supply. This will back up here and fill up this entire area. And that'll be an extra water supply for our beavers. So that's a start. That's a start, he says. Yes, there is a lot more to this than just that. Because we're going to flood this entire area as well. We're going to put a dam across here, and we're going to flood this entire area, and a dam across here. Flood this entire area. Right up to here, and we're going to block off this edge of the map. So, yeah, but that's just a start anyway. I'm going to actually remove this dam now because it's a relic. So what I've done is I've put a pathway across here so that they can still get across. And then we're going to remove that dam. Once these floodgates are in, we're going to remove this one only. Just that piece there, and we're going to put a platform there. So I need to unlock the double platform. Alright, so this dam is just completed, and as you can see, it's starting to fill up this entire reservoir. Now we're going to build that dam up even higher. We're going to take a thing right across here and build it up even higher. So what we need to do is mark some resources for demolition. We need to mark some resources for demolition across here as well, like that. And we're going to put a levee in across here. And we're going to put a dam across here, like that. Now, because we're doing this, it's actually going to flood this bottom area pretty quickly. So what we have to do is we have to come up and around over to there again and put a staircase here, go over to here, down into here, and connect it up this way, right across. And that should give us a good dam, a nice little reservoir to extract water if we really need to. And these guys will never be out of water. This is basically like your backup beavers in case something happens to your other beavers. That's basically why you do that. Once we have the water coming up to this level, we can put the farm in up here. So we won't actually run out of food that way. We're going to have to put in another district over here so that we can block in this section. And we also have to put another district over here so that we can block in this section. And we're going to have to put one right out here as well so that we can block that area. But unfortunately, we're not going to be able to block off this area until we get up there. So the first things that we need to do is possibly put a levee across here and just block in this area so that it can provide water to this, and we can build a little dam across there with a floodgate, and that will give us a mini reservoir to start us off. In fact, if we just put a dam across there and then build it up to the right height here, it should flood this entire area. Now these guys aren't going to have any water to begin with, so we're going to have to get the water in there pretty quickly. But they're basically just going to chuck a levee straight across here. Always make sure that you leave enough room for paths around it when you do this sort of thing. And what we're going to do is we're going to put a levee here. We're not going to do it straight away. We're going to build the other one first. Actually, we're not going to do that. We're going to delete that building. And we're going to put a double floodgate. And we'll put a single floodgate along the rest of that. That way it'll allow us to let all the water in if we need to, or it'll just allow us to let in that amount of water. and that should be good enough. But the first thing that we need to do is build this levee out here. So we've got the floodgates here now. What we're going to do is we're going to take them up to maximum height, and we're going to delete just this one in the middle, like that. And see how it's still holding water, but now I can lower this to there and it'll let some water in if I really need to. But we'll just sit that at 1.5 for now, because that's basically the level of the dam here, so that's all we need to do really. Now if you look at this place here, it's got an entire area that just needs to be cut off there and cut off here, and you could fill this entire basin with water. Now how are we going to do that? What we're going to do is we're going to put a mechanical water pump here. Mechanical is far better. And we're going to put in levees and send the water into here, block off this area, and the mechanical water pump will pump water directly into there and fill up this entire basin. I'll show you how that's done in a moment. Right, so this dam's almost complete. Put that levee there. As you can see, the water's starting to hold in here already because there's a one level levee underneath there. It's actually keeping it all in. So there you go. Just get it around the other side. So the one level levee means that the water has to go over the top of this. And it's starting to fill up this entire basin. So that's a normal type of dam to build, but I'm going to show you an advanced type of dam that will hold a lot of water. This is nearly done too. There's going to be, once this gets closed off, we're going to have a lot of extra water to get us by as well. Alright, so this dam is complete. It's holding a serious amount of water now. It's got a lot of water there to supply our beavers to get us through the next drought, which is due in 2.7 days. Now I'm starting to put this in over here. I'll show you what I'm doing here once it gets completed. Right. I'm going to bring this levee down to here and out to there, and down to here and out to there. Okay, so I've just got some water dumps here. This piece of the dam and this piece of the dam are complete. Now, this is where I'm actually going to be using the mechanical water pumps. They're going to be bringing it in on this side and dumping it straight into there, and I'm going to be using 3 of them if I can. And we'll just see how we go. See, this is the idea, that it'll just be dumping the water directly into here, but that is not the final plan. Like, it's all very well to hold water in here and make all this lush and everything like that, but I have to tie up about 6 beavers just to get the water in there. So when we have the mechanical pumps going up here, there is something else that I'm working on over in this direction. I've set out a new district out here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to use explosives to blow through here into here. And then I'm going to use explosives to blow through there. So this way, there's going to be a direct channel of water straight from here all the way through into here, and that'll fill this basin. But what I'll have to do is I'll have to put a floodgate over here somewhere to allow the water to get out again. I'm a lumberjack and I'm okay. I sleep all night and I work all day. Okay, so what I've done is I've put a levee on this side like that, and I've put some floodgates here. That's basically going to be where the water's coming through from now on, so that we can actually put the height up on the water that's being stored in here, because at the moment it only goes to about half height on that block, and we want to take it up higher when the drought starts. We're also going to put in a little levee channel out here to keep this area nice and wet during the dry season as well. Alright, so here we go. We've got a mechanical water pump operational, and the water is coming up here into here and filling this entire basin, which is turning this entire area green. Now, this is an easy way of getting water where you need it to. Well, it's not really easy, but this is a way of getting water where you need it to. And now we've got an entire fertile area here, and these entire sides are going to become fertile as well. Now, I've put out a district out here and a district out here. I'm going to blow a channel through there, and I'm going to blow a channel through here to let water in there. So I've got no one out here at the moment, but I'm basically going to send some workers out here. We're going to use explosives to dig a channel straight through there. So the way that you do this, to get your landscaping, obviously you've got to have an explosive factory. You get your landscaping and you put your dynamite through there like that, and that'll blow out that piece of the channel, and then you just put one below it, and it works that way. So I've also started building the second height on this levee over here, and I'm going to put another district out here and cut off that piece there, and then we can hold even more water in this area. Alright, so I've cut a bit of a channel through here, and that's going to be down at the same level as the water coming through, and that's going to push it out in this direction. So boom, and then there'll be water coming in through here, and now we have to do this section here. We have to go down 2 levels on this one as well. So we're just going to migrate some population out there and get it done. And now, as you can see, water's being let through here. Now there is another way of getting this into there. You can put a levee wall here and across to there, and it'll make a natural channel through there. That is another way of doing that. But I'm just going to cut a channel straight through here with explosives. I forgot that I switched off my paper mill, so I wasn't actually making explosives this entire time. Alright, so with this final detonation, I will be drawing this video to a close. There we go, we've got a channel coming through. Now I've got this set up over here. I've switched off these mechanical water pumps. Oh, I've switched off both of the mechanical water pumps. The floodgate is actually going to allow the excess water back into this basin. And these floodgates are all set up so that they're sending water out that way. So it's basically 2 flow through points now, but look at this, it's turned basically the entire land green. We've got green everywhere, almost everywhere on the map. And I am putting in a levee over here as well so that I can see I've built this up. But you get the idea anyway. So if you enjoy these videos, please consider liking and subscribing to my channel, and I will see you all next time. Peace out.